Have you ever looked at something you did maybe a moment when you snapped at your sibling or forgot your homework or chickened out of raising your hand, even though you knew the answer and wondered with a tiny twist in your chest, am I always going to be like this, or can I actually change into someone braver, kinder, and maybe even slightly less chaotic on school mornings? Or maybe you've stood in the middle of your room surrounded by piles of unfolded laundry, snack wrappers, scattered crayons, and a mysterious sock that definitely does not belong to you, and thought, what if I became the kind of person who is organized? Like a real-life grown-up who actually knows where their pencil went. These questions, swirling around like glowing fireflies in your brain, are part of one of the biggest and most magical mysteries in philosophy, the question of change, whether you can grow, transform, and reinvent yourself, or if you are stuck like a statue in a museum, frozen in one shape forever while tourists walk by and whisper, "Ah yes, this is the famous grumpy child who never cleans their room." Some philosophers believe that people can change the same way rivers do, flowing, twisting, winding through new landscapes as time rolls on, carrying new experiences like shiny pebbles, new memories like fallen leaves, and new possibilities like tiny fish darting in and out of your imagination. Others think you change the way plants do, slowly, quietly, sometimes so gently that you don't even notice it happening until suddenly you look back and think, whoa, did I really grow that much? When did that happen? Did someone secretly sprinkle magic fertilizer on me while I was sleeping? Some scientists say change comes from the brain itself, which is constantly rewiring, reshaping, and recharging like a giant control sensor, filled with glowing buttons and zapping sparks that light up whenever you learn something new or practice a skill again and again until it becomes part of you, like riding a bike or resisting the urge to poke your sibling just because they look pokeable. Other thinkers believe change comes from your choices, big and small, the choice to try again after failing, the choice to apologize even when your cheeks feel hot, the choice to be patient when you really want to scream, or the choice to take one tiny brave step towards something that scares you even if your legs wobble like freshly cooked noodles. Some people say change comes from the world around you, the friends who cheer you on, the teachers who believe in you, the stories that inspire you, the mistakes that teach you lessons you didn't know you needed, and even the quiet moments alone with your thoughts when you whisper to yourself, "I want to be better tomorrow," and mean it. And then there are those who believe change comes from something deep inside you, a part of you that glows like a little lantern in your chest, your determination, your courage, your hope, your stubborn spark that refuses to give up even on days when you feel like a tired potato. If this all sounds a little magical, that's because changing is magical, not in the boom and sparkle fairy godmother kind of way, but in the slow, steady, powerful way that mountains form waves, shape the shore, and caterpillars turn into butterflies without ever once complaining, "Ooh, why does growth have to be so itchy?" Change doesn't mean becoming a perfect person, because perfect people only exist in textbooks and superhero movies. It means becoming a growing person, someone who tries, learns, and sometimes messes up but keeps going anyway, like a brave explorer charting a mysterious map called My Future Self. Sometimes change is loud and dramatic, like deciding to try out for the school play even though your stomach is buzzing with bees. Sometimes change is tiny and quiet, like choosing to put your dishes in the sink without being asked, or taking a deep breath before reacting, or telling yourself, "I can do this," even if you don't fully believe it yet. And sometimes change sneaks up on you without warning, like waking up one morning and realizing you don't get scared of the dark anymore, or discovering that you've slowly become more patient, more confident, or more thoughtful, simply because life nudged you in that direction while you were busy doing other things like eating cereal and losing pencils. Some philosophers argue that change is not just possible, it is inevitable. You grow every day, even when you don't feel it. Your thoughts shift, your feelings stretch, your habits bend, your dreams evolve. You are not the same person you were last year, or last month, or even last Tuesday when you accidentally spilled juice on your math homework. You are always becoming someone new, like a story that keeps adding new chapters, plot twists, jokes, and illustrations in the margins, all drawn in your unique style that no one else in the universe could ever copy. So the question, can I change, doesn't really have a simple yes or no answer. It's more like a big, glowing, triumphant yes, absolutely, definitely, wonderfully yes, but with a tiny sprinkle of it takes time, practice, patience, and the willingness to try again even when you feel grumpy about it. Because change is not about waking up as a brand new person overnight. It's about all the small steps, brave choices, big feelings, surprising discoveries, and silly moments that slowly, steadily shape you into the person you are becoming. Next time you catch yourself wishing you could change something about who you are, your habits, your courage, your confidence, your temper, your kindness, your focus, remember this: you are a work in progress. A masterpiece still being painted, a story still being written, a river still flowing, a garden still growing. And the most magical part, you get to choose the direction you grow in. You get to shape your tomorrow. You get to reinvent yourself, one tiny moment at a time. So whisper to yourself, gently but boldly, I can change, because you can. You already are, and your future self is cheering for you louder than you can imagine.